Heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. Great God will come from the sky, take away everything, make everybody feel high. If you know what life is worth, look for yours here on earth. Come on, get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up, preacher man, don't tell me heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. Get up, stand up. Get up, stand up. Take away everything, make everybody feel high. Take away everything, and make everybody feel high. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight.
Hey. Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. Whatever. Jenny is here. Good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing good. Well, yeah. Let's dive into this Wally Bitcoin chart. So, where were we last week? We were consolidating over here, right? Friday, yeah, here. So, basically, I was looking for, well, a move down. At least inside here, you know, potentially we could be heading down lower still. Still a valid option, but for now, yeah, for now we are where we are. We are still holding the 200, the forward 200 EMA, right? So still into bullish trend on the time frame. We did add a bit of a flush on open interest, price, of course. Now, what was gonna be the next move? Yeah, here, you know, I think the state of the market right now, it's still consolidation, basically. I am not feeling much bias here. really. Even less than last week. Last week I was looking a bit for move down right here. I think we still have nice liquidity below us, more than above, in my opinion. So I'm again leaning toward taking at least this week low. At the moment, I will support that idea with the count, but we're a bit in a choppy area right now. It's consolidating. It's a corrective movement. It's complex, a low time frame structure to read in terms of the Elliott Wave, and yeah, I think that can last for quite a long time still. Now, I've been entertaining the idea of potentially building a triangle here with, the idea that we still need to wait for some sort of wave 4 with this as the primary count, looking for yellow 4 here and a fifth toward 90k something, which will only be a higher degree wave 3, right? Over again, higher degree wave 3. So still into a bullish structure. Right, that's still the main idea, and this consolidation can last again several weeks, right? At least. I mean, doesn't have to, but it can easily last several weeks. So, if we just take the length of this move here, it can pull that until May, even until June, and that will early June, and that will still be a valid wave. That will still be a valid count here. Structure will have to be appreciated at some point, but yeah. And for this, you may be into a triangle that can extend something like this. We still might be into some kind of ABC as well, and still have a consolidation or building a new 1, 2 of this 5. In fact, we could also extend this triangle even more, right? If we are looking further in time here, maybe we do, I don't know, ABC as wave A, and another wave B, C, D, E, that will bring us into June. We could also see a flat. I'm saying I think leaning slightly toward a bit more move down here than up immediately, but at the same time the data are really neutral right now, so maybe we get a move up, and that doesn't mean wave 4 is finished, because there is always an option to say maybe we have a running triangle here finishing and to see an acceleration up here. For now, I'm not seeing any data suggesting it, but sometimes things shift pretty quickly, right? If we start to see a lot more volume coming in, and to adjust, of course. But we could also go into, for example, some kind of ABC here. Take the high into an A, B of a flat, and still come back for expanded flat or running flat, for that matter. So. Yeah, of course. As always, there's still many counts possible. I'm leaning slightly to a more consolidation here, and think I still like this high here to hold. If this high were to let go, so obviously you still have a kind of a pocket of liquidity between these two highs, but just based on the fib here, if we have a move up, a retracement, we should be looking for the 90% 1-1 extension. So that's why I'm also talking here about potentially the flat. If we already go above last week high, basically, which is not my favorite at the moment, right? But if that were to happen, well, I think I'll just be a bit cautious, waiting to see and maybe look for a rejection higher, into the 1-1 extension or the 123 retrace of that move down. Basically. At the moment, the idea which I'm leaning to locally, it's the triangle still. So the idea of A, B, C, D, E. Although C could be down here, but you see the time it took here and how things are evolving into more contracting, more overlapping. I talked last week about time capitulation, and yeah, I think we can see even more overlapping. That kind of killed the emotional low-time frame trader, right? Quote-unquote trader. So yeah, just X could be finished here, but was seeing a bit of strength here today from the lows. Something that seems rather impulsive up with the move that we have since yesterday high. You can have a clear ABCs here, so was reading rather WXY. Now it could be some kind of diagonal as well. Either 1, 2, or A. Nothing is set into stone, but you have decent volume on that and rather corrective overlapping down and something that seems rather impulsive up here. I think we are into A. Should be here already, so you have either 1, 2, 3, 4, something, 5. You finish your A a bit higher and continue overlapping basically, and go for a C wave later on that will come back, take those high, and still remain in between here. That basically the wave A could be done here. And if we start to see more weakness, well, I'm not gonna stay in front of the train here. But yeah, relative strength locally on this move. Very relative. But yeah, that's why I see potentially we go a bit higher here. We play a bit more with that area still. It's possible. And you can see how doing such a thing, you come back here, you're gonna have a bunch of stop, and you could be, having a bit more bullishness at that stage, still being well above the two main liquidity points here. And continue some kind of whatever. So here I'm suggesting a WXY, XZ count. When you enter in this kind of counts, that's obviously there are gonna be many alternatives. It's kind of corrective that you might try to guess, but wave C could evolve into a triangle, maybe. Maybe this is gonna be an A, B, C, D, E, and this is gonna be just wave C, and you go into a wave D again, and a wave E again, and you're gonna see the meme era where Bitcoin is a stable coin at 66,000, something like this. Often will end up into a triangle of this kind of time frames. You start to see memes about Bitcoin being a stable coin. I think we might be heading into that. It remains to be seen. I can't find the right time frame here. Now, wave C down, you know, I suggested potentially I would really like if we could take that low from March 20 without necessarily taking the low of March 5th. Now, how are we gonna count that? Right now we don't have a clear impulse either because you have a strong bounce here, right? So if we had rejected a bit lower here and continue down, yeah, we'll have easily a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. Now with this kind of move, you don't have you don't have anything clear for that ID. That remain valid. Just we'll need to see how it happened, right? Maybe a diagonal. We'll have some kind of ABC here as a wave 1 of a diagonal, and we'll still just don't see how it could take us back down here at the moment. Or maybe instead of an ABC, it's a WXY. Then you have a W, an X, and a Y down here. Instead of looking at W, X, Y, X, Z, for the triangle ID, maybe it's gonna be kind of more simple WXY down for a bigger WXY here. Could also work. But yeah, I could project many things here, right? Now, the data, or maybe the comment before Modi is here. Hello, non-profit. Weekly RSI, a lot of room below to cool off, so consolidation a bit of downside is what you see. Okay, hi to you, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at that in a minute, but yeah. Firstly, yeah, order book. So we saw that quite some sell side, especially on spot last week here, still defending. So here we have the kind of Bitfinex heat map. Okay, let me run up my funds here. Legend fund control. Gonna be loud. Where is it? Is it here? So yeah, so here we have a bit of a Bitfinex heat map, right? So we still have some kind of walls here, some weird asking, whatever, and still some decent beats just below here. Also, why I'm kind of interested in single move down, seeing also sell side well, I'm not sure if defending is the right term here, but trying to cap. This is what I feel is we're saying, yeah, market maker trying to keep price low here. Not really interested in pushing things up too much. Not necessarily a bearish sign, just you put sell side just to keep price low, and you see what happened here. You have a bit of a run on open interest on the move up and immediately kill the longs, and you have even more open interest closing here. So you have essentially longs taking profit here and longs getting raised, the light one, of course. But yeah, that make me lean toward a bit more move down, and let's see what's gonna be the next leg down if it happen, and we have an idea for potentially just running into this pocket between 64, 60. But yeah, more 62, 64. I'm looking at what the reaction will be here. You know, it's not huge beating, but it's decent. 64 with, you know, a few hundreds here. For Bitfinex, it's quite decent. We are seeing similar things on Magic Spread here, Bitfinex side. You know, we're seeing accumulation, buying, selling, buying, selling. You know, it supports the idea of continuing the consolidation choppiness. That's my opinion and what I'm saying, reading. Oh, the piece of data. Oh yeah, interestingly. So there's still a few weeks for that. 20 days, basically. The next big expiration for now on option is 5 billions, a bit more than 5 billions for April 26th. And you know, for now, the max spend at 60k. So we'll see how this evolves, of course, but you'll see there are already quite some codes here above 70k. So I think keeping price in par with this around this area seems rather sensible to me. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Of course. Yeah, this can continue to increase significantly. 5 billion already, while we are 20 days from it, and it will be a bit after the halving. So yeah, maybe people gonna get a bit emotional here, react to low time frame reaction or tendency on the low time frame price action, while maybe nothing happened at that point or very little, right? So again, just still arguing for the same idea right now. Now we could also keep entertaining the idea of something a bit more bearish here, because, well, you know, sentiment is what it is. Funding seems very low here, so in theory that's rather bullish sign. At the same time, the fear and greed index are rather saying that we're still into extreme greed, while I'm quickly scrolling into Twitter, and so can see people are still just very persuaded of we're in a bull market, there is a halving, we're gonna go much higher. They're mostly talking about where to diversify, what to buy, I see little piece of a bit more bearishness, but really it's what I'm feeling looking at the trend on my social media, on my social feed. There's still a lot of bullishness, and more than bullishness, certainty. So that kind of bring me, you know, a piece of caution. We already have quite a run for the halving. It's what we had since January. It's a run for the halving, so, you know, can still think about a lot more bearish months coming ahead. It's very possible there will be a ton of liquidity below, because, yeah, I think most people will not be expecting a move down during this period here, which could happen. I don't know what's gonna happen on stocks, but you know, at some point things might turn around a bit. I pull things down. I'll pit at least. And you know, tons of volume on the ETF, so that's good, etc. That's very good. In terms, that's a very good sign. That's a very good launch. But also, what does that mean? That I mean, the one that have been buying Bitcoin ETF, no, I'm not sure they are used to. Well, stock are still very volatile as well, but like a 40% drop. I mean that you could pull a lot of liquidity out of that, I think. And if you consider that the ETF buyer might be in part just mom and pop into the 401k or whatever, might be some people sensible to a significant drop and a breach of the usual cycle, etc. A bit of fear might be triggering decently easily without breaking the higher time frame bullish structure, right? So yeah, but here a drop of 40% seems kind of extreme, but at the same time it's still a bullish trend, right? Or just be something a bit different. I'm not excluding it, so I will not unless we have a clear path upward, of course. As I say, I could be looking for a flat here, but I'm certainly not eager to short, right? The market is as it is. It is in a bullish trend. It is in the cycle. If things continue to repeat, we should see more upward movement, and we shouldn't see much price below 60k. So I don't think it's sensible to be looking to be betting on such a move, right? At least not too much. Maybe just protecting in case of, being ready for that. But yeah, and if we start to see a move up, so yeah, maybe a flat, we'll try to short, but not too much, not too early. I would rather miss the top and join a bit later, or reassess a bit later than trying to to show the things that start to do this, and you just burn your account for nothing. Nothing worse than burning your account shorting Bitcoin in a bull run. So I don't want to argue that. Just I don't know if I'm as bullish as I could be in this stage of the cycle that we are arguably in. Where is my comments? Here. Thanks for Hello, Edwin. 72 retrace on the forward to 66. Okay, yeah. I guess that's basically this, because here we bounce off the golden pocket, right? So 786, 786 even, I would say, out of the question. Oh, and don't we need liquidity to get so low? Yes, thanks for the, because that's what I also wanted to say. Well, with that kind of volume, you can argue there is liquidity here, and I'm by a bit, but it's a gun-based chart, right? We do have quite decent volume, especially above 50k. So part of that is, well, obviously somebody have been selling into this, somebody have been buying, but you could so argue that some market maker may have been, probably have been loading up a lot earlier than that. They might also have been, buying a bunch here, allowing them to, to sell into a bit of FOMO and trigger something later, right? there's good amount of Bitcoins that have changed hands between 50k and 73, 74. So, I think with this, there is well enough to potentially things that. And you're a big guy, maybe you have bought a bunch here in this run. And then you average out, but you might be even willing to sell a bit at a lower cost. Well, probably it will be short to offset that, firstly, but also, yeah, if you can trigger liquidation and buy back a lot more lower, that's gonna be it could be a good strategy, right? Because here, where is the most liquidity, I'm not I don't know, maybe there's still a ton of people just shorting this, but even me with this kind of scenario in mind, I'm not really shorting heavily into this because, well, the trend is as it is, right? And we know this cycle narrative and halving narrative. But it seems that there is, rather liquidity below us and above at the moment, I think. Now, liquidity crisis. Well, there's also this I got in mind. It's a minor. Oh, it was on another data provider. I have some screenshot from last week, I think, somewhere 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's a CryptoQuant. Now we can see that minor reserve have been decreasing heavily, especially since we broke out of 30k. At least in USD value, right? But you have quite an outflow, right, on miners. And you can think about that as well, because, well, okay, halving is bullish because supply shocks, there is less Bitcoin being produced, etc. But today there is less. Most of the offer on the market is not coming from miners; it's coming from what is already circulating, right? Miner is really now marginal. It's still a bit significant, but it's less than 50%, a lot less than 50% of the market, of the supply. So is the halving have to keep the same relevancy, especially on the shorter term? When I talk shorter term, I take on the yearly time frame even, because this is a planned supply distribution already. So there is no surprise, so this can be priced in already, and as there are a minority of the supply now, there might be rather a fight or some kind of fight for mining dominancy, right? What brings that? Well, sorry, I'm looking for my words here. The thing is that the production is going to be less, bring less money, basically. But what I'm trying to say is, I cannot find the word I'm looking for. I'm sure it's the same in French. Rentabilité, on dit ça. Profitability, yeah, okay. So yeah, after the halving, if prices start to drop and break this kind of cycle, you might have the goal for some big miners with big pockets and enough funds, or a big enough company behind them, to keep price low, to make the smaller miners less profitable and even work at a loss, to try to gain more share of the hash rate, basically, right? So sorry if that's not clear enough, but basically the halving can bring a bearish scenario if you think about this. With a miner, with miners with enough cash flow can sustain with less reward for a longer time, even producing Bitcoin at a loss, while the smaller one are not going to be able to, and we're potentially looking for price to rise a lot more to unload, and gonna be kept in between fire and have to capitulate, right? Basically, a minor capitulation at that stage could be something new, but at the same time, if you look at the hash rate, there is something new in this tendency, in this cycle, because we didn't have a minor capitulation during this low here, right? We have been seeing hash rate keep going up and up and up. That's the first time we don't see a big minor capitulation like we saw at previous bottom. Maybe it's gonna happen later. That's what I'm trying to say. Good. Now somebody was talking about weekly RSI. So there's a thing about weekly RSI, is that in a bullish trend, weekly RSI usually keeps the 50%. And we still have indeed a lot of room to drop for weekly RSI. So that can still be, in fact, working even if we come back down here. Could have a weekly RSI, finding its support on the weekly, on the 50, and have some kind of hidden bullish div here. Now, you know, weekly RSI, it's kind of thing that during a bull trend, it can remain at very high level. Price can move so fast, you know, that you can be at 200K in a matter of a few weeks. But during the 2016-17, you have been building many hidden bullish div and bouncing out above the 50% here while sustaining a trend. Well, just a spike here, and yeah, one bit spike here. Yeah, and you see, if you compare to this, your deeper move into RSI here, which I produce hidden bull div and the bearish div for the top, happened during the wave 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that might also happen higher. Yeah. There is room, but doesn't need to. So that fits kind of the two scenarios. And I think that's covered most of what I had to share with you today. Yes, the pounding is really flat. That's what's the most here, and you can have several reasons for that. I know we rarely see it so flat here, so much being kept at the neutral territory. And you know, if we were into a bit more, you know, if we had continued this move down here and we're at 60K, and you know, there was short building up, or at least fear that we could read on some indicators, that should be a rather strong bullish indication. But things is so flat here at this stage with the market still at the extreme greed level, it makes you wonder, would there be just somebody or just somebody else, several bodies, just enjoying selling short here and not seeing huge positions being built from the aggregated here. There's slight rising tendency. Could be also just long closing, I don't know, but yeah, that could be a sign of a bigger entity rather happy to sell and not let price go too much into a premium here. And I'm saying this again because I'm not seeing much fear from the retail, from the rest of the market. So I'm wondering who is selling here. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody is shorting. Maybe we're gonna see a squeeze higher. Yeah. So also, you know, things that might have to be seen relative on the funding. It can be a good indication sometime. It can be more tricky all the time. Here you have a nice funding uptick into the high here. Very nice machines. Here you have the highest funding, not at the very high, but overall at the high of the range. Well, we'll see how this develops. Not much question. No, I think that's all. And I shared the IDs, right? Lower time frame IDs. I don't know, maybe that was an AV. Or maybe we had A, B, C like this. And you know, we have a W, X, and we're going for an ABC down for a Y for the bigger idea of a W, X, Y, X, Z, you know. We're seeing a bit of rejection right now. But I'm probably just not gonna try this. I don't know, it's short periods. Not clear that a short a bit higher, why not? Here, I'm not sure about it. I'm gonna retrace maybe if you know if you see some kind of confluence data in the golden pocket. And it seems a bit low from here in terms of target for, you know, for an ABC. Yes. No, 161.8, that's reachable. Low time frame will be leading either for this or maybe I'm sure we don't mean it here. I don't know, but overall some kind of ABC, you know. That may be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe a scalp long to take out from this and see if it rejects or go up, but maybe just grind down. Volume is good, the spike is at the very high. In fact, yeah, that's probably still an 8 here. Yeah, okay, so that would be it, I guess. either, well, it's a 1 minute count, so take it with caution, but we'll see either 1, 2, 3, 4 here if we hold here, and 5 measure A and come back for a B, take that T and go for a C. Or maybe this is an A finished, other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 something. Go for a deeper B and go for the C. Somehow you fit corrective in here and you're already done. So maybe to finish this, yeah, more interesting for me is either move above too short or move below too long. In between, it doesn't seem very interesting to me. You could see both. Move up and down or down and up, but yeah, not much news from Luke. Hope Luna is doing okay. Very encouraging. Was shorting Valve for breakout. What time to listen? Oh. Breakout short is. I mean, not even. Maybe the short could have been taken late, is that kind of retest here, but even that. Breakout into this, but what does that give you? 1-1 ratio? Not even. And you cannot catch that because it's just dropping. Oh yeah, good short is if you go above, liquidity here, and you start to lose this back. Right? Yeah, this is all ATH basically. Move above and lose it back. I got to be honest, I'm not doing a lot of daily day trading. I don't know. I just don't feel it currently. I've been great, and yeah, I'm fine with that. When things gonna get clearer, and it will. When it will get into a more extreme, either, especially a fear, an extreme fear, a bit more fearful environments, a bit more interesting level, especially. Well, at least this liquidity, but if we could take this, or even this, and reclaim, that would be the nicest, right? At that point, you might argue, are we going into a much more bearish environment? In that case, you know, that's where you'd start to maybe get a straddle, you know, try to grab longs and edge into short into a small range at both here, retest of lost support and short lower, go down for lower. But unless you got a really aggressive move down and some data and some volume suggesting bearishness, looking too much to be sure to say, okay, if we are down there, I'm better positioned. But the thing is, unless we get down there, things are not so much bearish. So lost a lot of time and energy and money trying to do that. Really, there's gonna be an argument here because I'm looking for a move down here, but we're gonna start to be trending below the 4-hour moving averages. So maybe could have an edge into a small range that will bounce to retest of the 4-hour trend. Long here, short here. Well, we see that next week, I guess. Sorry to hear. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate you all. Have a beautiful weekend. Take care and see you soon.